coming up of that Sandown 115, and does it make a difference? It makes a big difference, though. I mean, I've looked for this form this morning. I went for Ciroc, right? Tom's given it a negative. We'll see how good a judge of a horse he is, by the way, because it romps home 20 lengths. But it is important to actually be at the course, isn't it, to make that kind of judgment? Yeah,
definitely. You know, it can be a big help.
I don't know if it's going to be a big help. Tom telling us, but we'll find out.
Yeah, no, but you can see horses sweating up, and you can see how relaxed they are. But again, a lot of horses, it's in their character to get wound up. So I wouldn't necessarily be put off with a horse getting wound up. But it's just if you've seen it the last day doing the same thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Billy.
No, I'd agree with that. I mean, if you're watching unraced horses or 3-year-olds, it can be really quite informative. If you're watching older horses, like Jimmy says, you can say to the bloke next to you, "Oh, don't like the look of him. He's throwing his head around." He always does that. Okay, and that is the relevant point, isn't it? You know, but it's great to go, and you can, even if you're not a paddock judge, it's great to go and sort of have a look and start to build up a picture of what you should be looking for.
Well, the race is coming up. Hopefully, production team will get our selections across now for this Sandown 115. I've gone for Ciroc. You both gone for Toblerone. Which is a lovely chocolate, triangle chocolate.
The chocolate bars are available.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's go back to Will, see if there's any price movers. Is that Gandalf being backed?
No, he's drifting, Pete. He's out to 16 to 1 now, from 14 to 1. 3 to 1 Spanish Arch, 10 to 3 Ciroc, and 4 to 1 about Toby Larone, 6 to 1 about Pistol. The ditch in front of the stands first time round will not be jumped, so now 16 fences in front of them.
I have a slight question mark about Gandalf in the ground. You won a Huntington, you went up £11 for winning.
He did give a positive also to one other in that race, Spanish
Arc, yeah, Charlie Longson's. I looked through his form, and I mean, they're going to have to handle heavy ground today at Sandown. I'm not just sure if he will or not. Gandalf, this is, and as I said, he went up £11 for winning at Huntington, which is a totally flat track, different to Sandown, and he disappointed last time. He was beaten a long way. So
okay.
Yeah, the other thing I would say is David Arbuthnot doesn't run them too often. You know, he doesn't run them all the time. This one's only, a 7-week break, so he tends to get them fitting well on the day.
Okay, well, we are coming up to the Sandown 115. Do keep tweeting those jumper doubles. Time is running out, but if you are interested, it is Foss Lass 205 and 240. That's the Welsh double. I don't know if we've had any more tweets in on the jumper double. Okay, well, everyone gets them in early on. Let's go over to Will, see what things are like at the start. Anyone playing up?
No, not really. All look pretty relaxed at the moment. We've got a minute till post time. 3 to 1 joint favourite Ciroc and Spanish Arch. 4 to 1 about Toby Larone, and then 6 to 1 Pistol, and bigger prices about the others.
Okay, we've got about a minute to go. You're not going to change your mind. You're going to be keenly sticking with that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what way this race rides and how tired they finished and how fast they go. It might give us a guide to the way the rest of the races will be run later on. You know, if they're finishing really tired, it will tell us that the ground is extremely testing. Or
I mean, you've got here a 2.5 mile trip. You've got 8 runners. You'd like to see all of them finish, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd say 5 will finich.
Yeah.
I don't think the
and very quickly before we go to the live commentary on this race, there's a big difference from when it's been rain, when it's heavy ground and the rain goes on it. You can run through it. We said this before, but
you can slop through it.
Yeah, but what you have now is quite a dry day. It's going to be pretty hard going, isn't it?
Yeah, and the rain has had plenty of time to get into the ground, so it's going to be deep. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be...
Well, we'll see how deep it is, shall we? Let's see how deep it is. We can make that judgment. Let's go over. This is the Betfred Double Delight Novices Limited Handicap Chase, Sandown 115. Let's go over to Will for live commentary.
Thank you very much, Pete. For my selection down the bottom there, Pistol. My selection in this, a little bit worried about the trip on the ground, but hopefully Pistol can go quite well for Dickie Johnson and Philip Hobbs. Point I mentioned earlier about the ditch in front of the stands, that is being omitted and will be replaced by the plain fence, which is on the inside of it, so they're going to jump that fence instead. So 17 fences in front of them here. They start halfway down the back. The first 3 fences are all railway fences. And the tape's back, they're off and racing. For this novices limited handicap chase, down towards fence number 1, they're splashing down towards it. Sir Rock is in front early on the inside of Castle Conflict as they reach a first fence. Sir Rock just in front of Castle Conflict and Toby Larone in the centre in the orange and dark blue. Behind these, Regal One in the purple colours as they quickly are onto the second. Gandalf is against the inside in a pink cap. Then Spanish Arch in the black and red, who's moving forward now to chase the pace. Pistol is wide and made a mistake there. Dickie Johnson just starts to row away on Pistol for a stride or two at this early stage. A back marker is According to Them, who's over 2 stone out of the handicap this afternoon, according to them, ridden by Matty Batchelor. They're turning right-handed back towards home on this first occasion. They've got the pond fence coming up, and it's Sir Rock in front by about a length at a very sedate early pace from Toby Larone in the centre. On the outside, Castle Conflict, but one of the top weights here, ridden by Jake Greenall in a red cap. He's searching for some fresh ground out wide. Most of the other runners going towards the inside. Spanish Arch is next in the red and black colours and then Gandalf as they approach fence number 4, where Gandalf made a bad mistake. Pistol is next in the pink colours, quite wide, he's improving. And then Regal One, who's got one behind. That one at the moment is According to Them. They come towards fence number 5, the first one in the home run. Sir Rock over in front from Toby Larone in second place. Castle Conflict towards the stand side is in a close-up third with Pistol in the centre. Gandalf and Spanish Arch track these with According to Them on the inner. And Regal One is just about relegated to last as they approach a fence which in a circuit's time will be their last. And Castle Conflict was out to the left at that particular obstacle. And it's Sir Rock who leads by about 3/4 of a length, passing a judge of a circuit to go from Toby Larone. Castle Conflict on the stand side of Pistol follow them as they pass the judge. Gandalf is up against the inside in the dark blue of a green sash, and then Spanish Arch, and the back pair According to Them and Regal One, who's last of all. Anything catching the panel's eye in the run at this stage?
I mean, one pretty horlicks of a mistake for Gandalf for Tom Marriott's.
You should have seen that, shouldn't he? Stood by the paddock.
Yeah, absolutely. But Spanish Arch still going well. And any views?
Now, Toby Larone is, I have to say, his jumping has been touchwood impeccable so far.
Okay, and just quickly, as it doesn't look that bad.
No, it doesn't. No, but
until they went down a dip, there's a bit of a puddle there. But
yeah, they haven't gone far enough yet. But it's down the back where the water will be lying. So it'll be interesting to see now how they, if they start getting tired.
And very quickly before we go back, as a jockey on the flat, they actually go on the far side sometimes. Would you just go on the far side a bit more? Or
well, it depends. It's the first race, so you're going to have fresh ground, so it's probably going to be a level playing field. It'll be the later races later on that if horses go out wide, they're going to be looking for fresh ground or unused ground.
Okay, let's go back to Will.
Okay, they jumped 2 fences since you were last with me. Pistol's now off the bridle. He's in 5th place and makes another mistake there. The one that's dropped right out is Castle Conflict, who's been pulled up. Castle Conflict out of the race as they approach the ditch down the far side. Sir Rock by a length, another bad mistake by Gandalf. Likewise, Pistol, who yet again lost ground in the jumping department. Sir Rock by a length to Toby Larone as they approach the water jump with Spanish Arch in 3rd. Gandalf still travels okay despite those errors in 4th place as they pop over the water, but another mistake from him there. Regal One is next, and then Pistol, who's off the bridle and struggling. Likewise, a big outsider, According to Them. 3 railway fences are coming up. They've got 6 more to jump in the opener. Sir Rock from Toby Larone. On the inside behind these, a nod on landing from Spanish Arch. In 4th place is Gandalf, and then Regal One, who's trying to close, but will be a good 8 lengths off the lead as they take the middle railway fence where Sir Rock led over by a length and a half to Toby Larone and Spanish Arch as they take 4 from home. A massive leap by the leader. Gandalf dragged his back legs through it once again. And it's Sir Rock who leads by a length, turning back towards a pond fence with about 5 furlongs left to go. Sir Rock in front by a length to Toby Larone on the inside, who travels powerfully the top weight. In behind these, Spanish Arch in 3rd is strongly driven by Keelan Woods now to try and close in. Another 3 or 4 lengths to Gandalf, who's not without a place chance, and they're clear of the rest, headed by Pistol, whose jumping's cost him dear. Then Regal One, and According to Them back towards a pond fence, which is 3 from home. Sir Rock Rock is just in front over Toby Larone. Both riders getting a little bit more urgent now. Spanish Arch is in third as Rock again picks up well in the jumping department. Leads by a length and a half to Toby Larone, who pokes his nose at the inside. Travels that little bit better at the moment, but he's got a length to find. They're clear of Spanish Arch and Gandalf, and then Pistol, who's staying on at the one pace, 2 from home. It's Rock from Toby Larone, who's on the inside and now is within a length, a half length behind Rock. Aidan Coleman on the stand side, the far side. Toby Larone and Harry Skelton are a long way clear of Spanish Arch. Down to the last, Rock just in front over Toby Larone on the far side, who's trying really hard to reel him back. Rock towards the stand side. Far side is Toby Larone, who's trying desperately hard to get by at the moment, just isn't doing so, and Rock is going to score for Aidan Coleman and Venetia Williams. Rock goes on to score and makes all from Toby Larone in second place. A huge break behind these to the third, who is Spanish Arch, and then Gandalf was back in fourth.